What's up guys, welcome to Money Talk, the number one news source and the one information source for everything you need to know regarding the stock market, the financial world, or more specifically, HUMBL. Today guys, we got a very specific video on HUMBL only, alright? And I'm going to be discussing why I believe there's a stock that can potentially hit $10 in the future. That's right, you heard that right, $10. Now, what am I talking about? Am I just being optimistic? We'll get to that, alright? But before we get started, if you're watching this video on anything other than YouTube app, there's going to be a button up there that says open an app, go to app. I want you guys to press on that, it'll take you directly to the YouTube app on your device. It'll take you out of this weird template that you're on, whether on your Chrome or you're on Safari, and it will just make the video more pleasing to your eye, okay? So now that you've done that, let's get this video on HUMBL and its future started. You guys may be wondering, what's wrong with you, Money Talk? What the hell are you talking about? $10? This stock isn't even at $1 right now. How could it possibly reach $10? Well, let me explain to you why I think so. I believe HUMBL can reach $1 or $10 rather due to a couple of reasons. First of all, being the market that it's in. Second of all, its leadership. And third of all, people love HUMBL. Alright, and I'll explain what I mean about people love HUMBL and a lot more. But guys, before we get to that, I need to talk to you guys about something, okay? Before we get to the nitty gritty, okay? I need to talk to you guys about my Patreon. But wait, let me explain to you what makes my Patreon different from almost every other content creator's Patreon. That's because my Patreon is 100% profit guaranteed. Now, what the hell am I talking about? If you guys aren't interested, but I'm telling you, just wait and listen. If you guys aren't interested, I'm going to leave a time tab and you guys can skip ahead, okay? Just can skip ahead to there, and that's where the video gets back into whatever I was talking about, HUMBL, right? But in the meanwhile, let me explain to you guys what's in my Patreon and why you guys would find a lot of benefit from it. So my Patreon costs $20 a month, okay? But wait, don't leave yet. Let me explain to you what's in it and why it's worth it. Now, this comes with my stock picks, but on the stock picks, I don't do a lot of stock picks. I do maybe 3 or 4 stock picks a month. The next stock pick will be on Tuesday. I've had my eyes on this company for a while now, and I think right now it is ready for that snipe, if you know what I'm talking about, right? It is ready to be bought at very, very good price, okay? So now on my stock picks, let's skip the lottery for now. Now on my stock picks, we get a 10% profit on calls or 100% money back guarantee. Now what does that mean? Well, that means if I open a position and that position isn't up at least 10% in the month that you've bought my Patreon for, you've paid $20. If the stock that I mentioned that month, if it's not up over 10%, okay, if the portfolio starting that month isn't up over 10%, then you get a 100% guaranteed refund. Does that make sense? So that means with $200 at a 10% rate guaranteed, you could make your money back. Now guys, I'm not aiming for 10%. I'm aiming for more upwards of 30 to 50% moves, but 10% monthly is guaranteed. And if I don't hit that, then you get a refund. Now let's talk about the $50 a month lottery. 1 out of 20 chances. Well, that 1 out of 20 chances, why does it say 1 out of 20 chances? Well, that's because this Patreon, the $20 version, guys, only has 20 spots. And right now we're sitting at, I think, 17 or 18 people. I'm not sure if the last person signed up for the basic Patreon or the all access Patreon, but I will update. I'll put a number up there, okay, when I figure it out. Now, the $50 a month lottery, how does it work? Well, the 20 people that are in the Patreon, they get, I put their name and their emails into a random draft generator or whatever it's called. Why we do this every month on the first of the month, and the person that wins the $50, I either send them $50 through PayPal or I send them $50 through Venmo or e-transfer or whatever they like. Okay, I got it, $50 on me. Okay, now the last thing that's important for me to point out, okay, this is where it gets really specific, is the Wall Street Best Trending algorithm. Now the Wall Street Best Trending algorithm, this is something that I decided to outsource from Stock Junkies. What the hell is Stock Junkies? These guys have the best alternate data in the whole stock market industry, okay? And basically these guys built an algorithm that detects the top 3 most discussed stocks on Wall Street Bets. What those Wall Street Bets were with 10.8 million community members, that's the #1 spot for all stock market discussions, okay? And now I know it's hard and a lot of people don't have Reddit, they don't know how to work with Reddit. So this algorithm basically gives you the top 3 most discussed stocks as in what are people excited about, what are people talking about every single night, and I take that and I give it to my Patreons every single night. Now these guys sell this product for $50 a month, but let me tell you something. I know you're already thinking, oh, but isn't this free on Swaggy stocks or whatever that website is called? No, guys, that stock has been proven and is known to be fake. Okay, these guys are literally just putting up the same three tickers every single day, the same three big stocks every single day, and those stocks aren't trending anywhere else but Reddit. Okay, so that's clear of pumping up. But these guys, they actually offer a proper service, and that's why they charge proper money, $50 a month. But to me, I was like, okay, I'll pay the higher premium, and then instead of that, I will distribute it to my patrons for a whole lot cheaper as part of the package. Now, if you guys only want the Wall Street Best Trending algorithm, which is worth $50 a month, I also sell that separately for only $8 a month. Okay, so if you guys only want that, you guys can get that for $8 a month. The link to the Patreon, guys, is down below in the comments. It's going to be the first comment. I promise you guys, you won't regret it. Okay, and if you do, money back guarantee, right? If it's less than 10% on my calls, money back guarantee. I mean, what better policy is about that, right? That's because, guys, when I don't want to just take your money. Okay, to be honest with you, I want to give you guys value, and I want to make sure that if you guys follow my stock picks, you guys are earning money, you guys are making money, and it is worth it for you guys. Okay, before I take your money. All right, so with that being said, let's get talking about HUMBL. Now, guys, the first reason that I believe HUMBL is a stock that will succeed in the future is simply because it's on the blockchain. Okay, and I have been a huge advocate for blockchain technology, and I completely believe that this technology is the future. I mean, as of right now, Bitcoin's also very bullish. It's looking very bullish, which will cause a stock such as HUMBL, which is in somewhat shape or form related to Bitcoin, since they're both since they're both on the blockchain and they use blockchain technology, to certainly go up in the future. Now, other than that, why do I believe blockchain technology is the future, and why for HUMBL specifically? Well, this is because of the partnerships that they've made in the luxury market. Now, what am I talking about? For example, guys, the luxury market, the luxury fashion industry specifically, right, is estimated at 107.9 billion dollars, right, guys? Now, on the other hand, the fake luxury goods market is valued around I think it's 3 billion or something like that, right? $3 billion, or a lot more probably. I forgot. I'm gonna put a number up. But guys, so what does this have to do with blockchain, and what does this have to do with HUMBL? Well, guys, HUMBL are partnering up with luxury companies, and they're using the blockchain in order to make sure that the product that these luxury houses are selling to their customers are 100% authentic. So just like when you buy Bitcoin and it shows that, oh, Bitcoin moved from this wallet into this wallet, right? What if for luxury clothes you could see, the luxury good changed hand from this person to this person on this date, and it is not changeable. It is absolutely on the blockchain, and you can absolutely see that, look, I bought this bag, this Chanel bag that I bought, it came directly from Chanel, and here's a transcript or whatever you call it, right, on the blockchain to prove it, right? I mean, this would absolutely put an end to almost all luxury goods, right? I mean, of course, that the folks in China are gonna figure out a way, okay, to work around that. I remember when clothes, for example, Stone Island started introducing QR codes on their clothes, right, where you would scan the QR code and it would say, okay, is this legit or is this fake? Something in the lines of moving towards the same way HUMBL is heading. But what did they do? What did people do? They just went ahead and just copied the same freaking they just copied the same QR code. They just took a photo of it, replaced it, and that's it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's just a photo. Okay, it's just a photo. That's all a QR code really is. And it can be reused. It can be reused by other people, unlike the blockchain technology that HUMBL has. Okay. Now, on the other hand, however, we have a huge date coming up for HUMBL, guys. Now, what is that date? I'm talking about December 3rd. Now, what the hell is happening on December 3rd? Well, December 3rd, a whole lot of more shares are going to be added to HUMBL, right? And this is because of the warrants that people have from angel investors to freaking the people that have worked at HUMBL for a very long time, and etc. Okay, and they basically get to exercise these warrants, meaning they get to trade it in for cash. Okay, and what does HUMBL do with these stocks that they're holding on to now instead of money? Well, they take that stock and they add it to the pile of stocks that we already have, aka the outstanding shares. Now, the outstanding shares are expected to go up around 15% ish, right? Now, that's that, okay? And on December 3rd, we're probably going to see a red day. That's what's going to happen, okay? Because when the float gets bigger, right, the stock market is simple supply and demand. When the demand stays the same and the supply gets bigger, well, then the price goes down, right? So that's what we're probably going to see on December 3rd. But we know this, guys, right? So on December 3rd is going to be a great dip buying opportunity for this stock, because as we know, guys, on this channel, the stock market is very, very inefficient. All right, when there's bad news coming out, sell, burn the stock, send it to hell. When there's good news coming out, buy to the moon. Oh my God, this $1 stock, send it to $3,000. Okay, we know this, right? So there's going to be a whole lot of panic and overreaction on December 3rd, as I expect. Okay, and that's why on that day I'm going to pick up some more shares. Now let's get back to what I was talking about and why I believe this is a stock that can be worth $10 in the future. So my first reasoning was their partnership in the global and the blockchain, introducing blockchain to the high fashion industry, right, which is worth $107 billion. Okay, so the second reason why I believe this is a stock that will succeed is their leadership. Okay, well, HUMBL actually had their very first shareholder meetings, and it was a success. It had great presentation. A lot of shareholders were there, and everyone was very pleased with what happened there. Okay, now on top of that, leading on to segueing into my next point regarding HUMBL and why I believe this is a stock that will hold on and this is a stock that will survive indeed, is because of its cult following. Okay, guys, I mean, HUMBL is a stock that people love. It reminds me a lot of HCMC. HCMC is another stock that it just has a cult following to it. Okay, and what have we learned about stocks that have a cult following is that at the end of the day, they're always going to succeed because people are just going to hold. People are either going to hold or accumulate more because they understand that this company is indeed the future. Okay, so every time the price goes down, people are like, more shares for me, buy, right? And the more people are enthusiastic about a stock, guys, the more people are also going to get more enthusiastic about the stock, if that makes sense, right? So with that being said, I want to hear from you guys. Okay, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know how many shares you're holding, and also if you think that I'm just being too optimistic and that, oh, HUMBL can never hit $10, smash the thumbs down button. Okay, but if you believe that HUMBL can indeed hit $10 by, I would say 2023, then smash the thumbs up button. Okay, and I want to see where you guys head at and everything. Okay, no, I was gonna say smash the like button if you enjoyed the video, but no, don't do that. Okay, because right now the thumbs down, thumbs ups are clearly just the votes regarding HUMBL or TSMP or whatever you like to call this company. Okay, so with that being said, guys, thank you for watching Money Talk.